Remarks made by Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni about a possible military coup over Parliament's alleged ineptitude have drawn sharp criticism from across the board. Ugandan legal expert Nicholas Opiyo warns that these remarks could have serious implications, such as undermining ongoing peace talks between the Democratic Republic of Congo and rebel group M23, spearheaded by Uganda. CCTV's Isabel Nakiria has that story from Kampala. The debate on a possible military coup in Uganda continues to rage, with critics warning that the country could face anarchy and chaos in the absence of a free parliament. Nicholas Opiyo, a Ugandan legal expert, says growing suspicion about the region among the country's close allies such as the US and other international bodies could see Uganda become isolated.
The East African integration process is underway, and I think that Uganda already is being held in suspicion by the other countries because of, having a prolonged rule by one man. But then if you have a military coup, I think Uganda will completely be isolated in the East African integration process.
The Ugandan parliament has recently come under attack by President Museveni and his cabinet for highly opposing parts of the oil bill that the parliament says gives the energy minister excessive powers. Also criticized was the way in which the government handles corruption. Chief of Defense Forces General Rwanda Nyakairima told journalists in Kampala that the military has not been issued with takeover orders yet, but they are ready to act.
To whom the message was intended, the message was taken, and I can't do more to do anything to that message. Stand warned, stand advised, that should you not change course, then other things will be called in place.
Legal expert Opiyo warns that if a military coup takes place in Uganda, then the entire parliament would be abolished. There would be a rule by decree and the constitution would be suspended. Opiyo says this would undermine regional bodies that Uganda hates, like the Great Lakes and the East African Community.
It will seriously undermine the various accords and institutions set up to ensure peace and security in the region. And I think that it will affect the Amazon forces in Somalia, because then if Uganda withdraws, there's going to be a serious void left in Somalia. But also would in many ways set back the attempts at peace talks between the government of the DRC and the rebels of M23.
The Ugandan parliament has summoned Chief of Defense Forces Nyakairima and Defense Minister Crispus Kionga to explain their statements about a possible military coup and the statement made by the president. A Ugandan member of parliament, Uganda, says President Museveni is simply wrestling with his party members and is unable to control them.
It is